Greetings, welcome back to Being in Nothingness for perhaps the last time. Am I jinxing it? I might be. Well, to be honest, I think I'll probably, if this takes multiple attempts, I might just like edit them together. So this almost certainly is the last video, unless the game continues. It really doesn't need to. I remember saying it didn't need to when it continued last time. But I actually really enjoyed a lot of the puzzles that were after that. I wish they were in the main game and these puzzles that I've been doing recently were gone. Yeah, let's not look at Bean Cross ever again. I'm not doing that. This was one of my favorite puzzles. This was so satisfying. This was not. I don't remember it. It was the Seasons one. I remember I had a really slow way of doing it. And I could have done it much faster. That one was really cool. That really cool trick there. Fantastic. This one had a cool trick and then I got stuck in a silly way, I think. Maybe. I don't remember. This one... Yeah, I remember liking this one. This was cool. I had to like destroy a thing there when it had exactly the right number of beans in it or something like that. That was neat. Whole bunch of really awesome puzzles in this game. Just a few that are like... Just, I don't know, just don't work for me. That's all I can assume it is. But then I think there are reasons it doesn't work for me, and there are like, it's part of the design that it's ended up like that. So like, I feel like is it fair to say I'm critical of that? I think so. If it's like making the game not something, or it's not making the game something I don't enjoy, but making like some of the puzzles something I don't enjoy. Yeah, but then at the same time there are people who enjoy it, and so then who am I to say like what the right way of doing things is? So I can only say it relative to what I would like to play, I guess. I think that's fair. Right? Okay. Final puzzle, it's a 4-bean. Is it going to be okay? Twins. Now I've been here once before or twice before, maybe twice. I don't think both of them were very long attempts, maybe one of them was. We start off with 7 beans, which is quite a lot, but there are not many like colours involved here or anything. Right? There's blue and there's yellow, that's it. No other colours are coming from anywhere. There's clearly something that this mechanism is set up to like make me do, or like this mechanism is weird. It's not the same on both sides. It's a one-way corridor. So effectively I get to go in there and place stuff once, except I can change stuff afterwards. In theory, by pushing stuff onto those things, right? The only yellow recipe currently is the bomb, which currently has 1 bean in it. If I could... So these are one way as well, right? That's permanently closed. That will be permanently closed. Why does that open up? Why does that close that door? That is interesting, isn't it? To stop me from taking a ditto? Yes, to stop me from taking a ditto. That is what that's for. Once I'm in here with a bomb, I can't get through the exit because I cannot spawn a bomb in the place that I need it to be. The only thing that's in the level that's going to destroy this rock is a bomb. Yep. That is the only possible thing. Nothing else can destroy rocks except rollers, and rollers aren't in the level. So, that implies that I'm going to need a roller. I'm going to need a roller from another level. I'll bring it in here and I'll break this rock. I need a ditto over here to put in like one of these 2 spaces. No, that space or that space. One of these 2 spaces. Either would do. And then I blow it up with a bomb. No, not either would do, because I wouldn't be able to push it to block that. I'd die in the process. So specifically, ditto here. Bomb pushed into it, push the resulting bomb into the thing. Okay, issue being, I only have yellows over here. So is this a case of I need there to be a yellow recipe for dittos? Like, could that be the case? If that's going to be the case, how could it work? How could it work? Well, the only way to get yellow beans is to put them on this. I then don't have a way back unless something holds this down. Well, that totally is an option, right? But then I'll be stuck out there, I think. Dittos are interesting because they can hold stuff down even if it's a paved tile. So let's just like go in. Let's put one thing down on a ditto and do that. But I realise there's going to be more problems after that. Oh no. Yes, no. I can't stop the thing there. As soon as I go here, it comes up. Yeah, okay. So I can't go in and hold the thing down behind me. I also can't approach this from above. So if I'm getting yellows, I'm going in there, getting stuck in there, and being over here. So yellows are only happening over here. I could, in theory, freeze bombs and send them across to land on there. Right? I could. Like, maybe this is a case of, like, I don't want to leave any blues on the ditto thing. I want to go in there, spawn some dittos, potentially, and then just move it to the icicle. Then, somehow later, push... this could work. Could it work? Where would I want the icicle to be? I'd want it to be, like... to freeze a bomb and get the bomb to go over. Just freeze multiple bombs, right? That'd be okay. No, that would not be okay. Once I'm through there, I'm through there. I'm not coming back. There's slime in the way. I'm almost... yeah, I'm not like... I can't get across the slime. So yeah, once I'm through there, I'm through there. So I am almost certainly... like, the way this is laid out is to send yellow beans to land on these recipes, right? That's totally what this is. So there's some configuration that I can do that will allow that to happen. Therefore, that means I need to be able to freeze bombs over here, right? But I can't do that if the recipe for you is yellow. It's blue, because once I'm around there, I don't have blues. Unless, like, I can put this somewhere. Bombs bounce off water. Oh, well, okay. I was expecting an icicle, I got a ditto, I was quite surprised. You go here. Like, I realise I'm going to obviously be doing something else more complicated when I'm in there. Like, I could do this, but that doesn't reach across. I could, however, fill this in and then push bombs onto it and then push them to the left. That would work. But then this is blocking this, so maybe the other way, like this. Fill that in, bomb goes, push bomb. That could work. I'm not blocking this. Why doesn't that work? There's some reason that doesn't work. This is definitely stuff I was trying before and being like, oh, but then I can't spawn there. I can spawn that when I come back out. Okay, so let's just leave those there. No, let's not leave them there. Let's take one in. Put you there, spawn you. Move you to there, spawn you. You go in. You come with me. I have this here. I can now make yellow recipes on there, right? A 2-bean yellow recipe. Am I done? I'm not done, right? You over there. Yellow. I'm not done because I'm 1 bean down, I think. Except I can make the ditto. Am I done? No, because you have to be a 2-bean recipe. I could make the bomb now. Oh, I'd have to make the bomb. Huh, okay. Let's just say, okay, I'm just gonna make the bomb over here, even though that's not in a good place. I then gonna make another bomb and send you across. I'm gonna have to send another one if I'm gonna make any dittos, because but I don't have enough beans. Yeah, okay. This feels like something, right? Like, I guess if I had that other cyan bean with the blue bean with me. Oh, this is close to something. If I had that other bean with me, that would require... What would that require? Me to be able to spawn the icicle from inside. Right? It can't be blocking any of this. It has to leave a passage through here, so it therefore has to be on this row, but then that is going to block the stuff at the bottom. Wasn't there some weird trick I could do with this? Oh no, that locks it. I guess the weird trick was like I could like shoot something from down there if I wanted to, and then rearrange stuff. It's not a great trick though, is it? Once again, I would not be able to use a ditto to help me here. I would not, like if I could get a ditto in there, no, then that would close, yep. I'd never get through. I'm close to something there, right? You're never going to be a 2-bean recipe, so if I'm spawning a ditto over here, that has to be a 2-bean yellow recipe. And I need to have 3 beans over here total. What does that okay, what does that leave me with? Because I don't really have a way of manufacturing beans here, right? So let's ignore the one that's on you, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 over here to spawn the 2 things. 4, 5. You. I have 7. I have 7. Wait, so why doesn't that work? Because 1 also had to go in there, so that's 6. 1 was the icicle, 7. And then 1 was on there. If I could somehow get you away. But anywhere I could spawn you, I guess like on this row I could spawn you. But then I would not be able to put the thing in the water there. So no. Once an icicle's placed, I'm not getting rid of it without a bomb hitting it, and I didn't think I wanted to do that. That'd be a waste of beans. Let's do it. Let's just go through that process again and see if there's any place during it that things could be different. Right, the reason I get stuck in there is because... How many of these did they spawn? Just 1 or...? I don't remember. I get stuck in there because I'm leaving now. I can't spawn you. I have to come out to spawn you. If I could go back in afterwards, that'd be nice, but I can't. Sure, you're there. And then you go in. It's weird how the ditto doesn't sink. It like lifts up in the ice cube. Anyway. Okay, and then I have 4 beans on the other side, but I need 5, right? 3 here, 2 to go over there. So something I could do about this. You aren't going to get destroyed. Unless the bomb blows you up. That's just trading 1 bean from 1 bean, so that doesn't do anything good for me. Is there some way with 1 yellow bean I could spawn you? No, because that's there. Like, unless I'm going around to this, I'm not, surely, right? That's a intentional cut-off thing. Yeah, I'd have to spawn an icicle like over there. How would that happen? I'd also like block off this entirely. It's not going to happen. You have to be 2 beans, therefore I need 3 here. Yeah? Two beans, make a ditto, and I have none left to make the bomb. I need that bean. I don't have any other way of making more beans. Except to like Smash. Like I do have a way of making more beans, which is to smash dittos when they're worth more. Like make them cheap. No, because they're going to turn into icicles and they're going to freeze the dittos. Yeah. So I don't think I have a way of making more. Yeah, they just turn to icicles. I can't farm things, so somehow that bean needs to come with me. How? That means spawning an icicle in these 2 rows, right? Or like up here, except that will close. I have no way of going through this backwards. That's closed. I can make an icicle on that row, but then I'm blocked. Yeah, pretty much blocked. I also don't want to get rid of the icicle, I want to get to the other side. And this is just totally stuck. Okay, I have a problem in front of me. I need to solve that problem. Is there any reason I'd want to like back and forth between these 2 or something? Is there any reason I'd want to like do this, spawn you, then send, no, because that doesn't drop a bean, it drops an icicle. Also can't spawn that bean, not that I'd want to anyway, but okay, how do I not leave that there? I have to make, I guess, okay, does that make things better? Like if I do, it's not gonna work. Does it make things better? No, because it doesn't work. Well, I guess like here and here maybe, like I'm thinking, can I make ditto and a thing? But then I'm stuck. Other way around. There and there. Can I make a ditto? And an icicle. And then actually turn you into the thing. But now this icicle's going to be in the way. Like that one's okay in that position. But I can't. And I've got all my beans. But I haven't filled in the thing. Could I have done? No. Also, that's in the way for me sending a recipe this way, so that's almost bad, right? Almost certainly bad, I mean to say. You being there. You being lower is also bad. Like, I kind of want some way of like spawning an icicle out here that doesn't require me to go inside. But I don't have any recipes. So good luck with that. Or to like spawn it up here, but then this is going to close and there's no way of avoiding that as far as I can tell. That bean is now lost. Can I be more efficient somewhere? No, I was like very efficient. Like I was using the same icicle to freeze you as I was to freeze the bombs to take them over there. That is incredibly efficient. My only inefficiency is leaving that behind. So is this the kind of puzzle where there's some trick to getting that bean out? Or is this the kind of puzzle where there's a completely separate path that works? Or is there something I could have done at the end that I just didn't realize I could do? I mean, I can still do the same solution. Right, I can still do that. I can still go across. I've got 4 things. I can still send some across like this. Is there any reason I'd want to like send a ditto? No, because ditto smashing would turn into an icicle. Now that's 1 bean and I can't spawn it because there's clashing recipes. So the other bomb has to be spawned as well. And go. Then I need another bomb. Which I can't do right now, but I can do now. But I don't have enough to make the ditto. Is there any reason I'd want to make an icicle over here? I don't think so. As far as I can tell. I don't think that cloud's going anywhere, that's just there to block me from taking beans. An icicle over here would just be, it's too tight of a space, right? I'm not sure if I've done anything different to the last time I was here. I need to make a ditto in this space. Is there another way to get a ditto over? I mean, it would get shot by the cloud and become a cloud. So no. Or it's frozen and it becomes an icicle. So no, there's no other way to get a ditto over. Unless it comes with me, but it can't because of this switch here. I can't spawn it from a yellow bean because... like, none of this stuff... Only bombs smash into beans. Like, great, but I need a bomb. If only I had that bean. Okay, so let's say there's a bean there. And I spawn an icicle on here. Therefore, I'm not doing it from inside. Unless I'm doing it from, like, above somehow. Like, there isn't a way of doing that, right? Like, if I could spawn that there, that would also work. But only if I could get the thing on there in the first place. That's just locking me out. This is doing this, and then I can't hit that. Therefore I can't leave with this bean, I have to leave a bean inside. I can't put one on this row, because then I'll be stuck. Come on, final puzzle. We can do this, right? Like, it's such a constrained space, I just need to find the trick here. This is a trick one. This is a find the weird interaction that you haven't thought of. The only thing I can spawn that's not in the middle is like down the bottom row. I don't think it helps for it to be a ditto, because I can spawn it anywhere, I can make them move around. It doesn't help to be that because I can't leave. Like, I kind of want a thing here. I can't, like... No. neither of the two things that I can make over here I could like push over there and would be useful. Okay, so that's not that. Do I want to blow up any icicles? I'd get beans back out of them, but I wouldn't be able to come back over, so that feels like it would be bad. Right? Can I... What? Can I what? Got 7 beans. I can go in there once and leave once. I guess that is just that setup. And the reason this exists is so that I can shoot stuff out and send stuff in. I think that is all that is, and there's some trick to this that I'm not seeing. If I go in and spawn, like let's say I'm not leaving anything in there, I'm coming out with all my beans that I take in. That means I'm spawning dittos and icicles on only these 2 rows, right? There's no other meaning to that. Any of this row is bad because I can't get rid of the icicle. Any of this row is bad because I can't get rid of the icicle and the thing needs to come through to set the ditto recipe. Unless I'm sending blue beans over that way, which I can't because neither of those things will go over there and smash. I guess, like, in theory, if I sent a ditto over, it would smash, become an icicle. I could then come in, make bombs, blow it up, but I'd be trading a bean for a bean. Unless I can like put a yellow on there or something and get 2 back. Yeah, I guess that's like a possibility. Am I increasing the value of a icicle but making them out of dittos? So something like I guess it could be on this row as well. So I don't know. We'll do that. We'll make you. Oh, but I need 2, right? But I can make more. Okay. Let's just make multiple dittos. Except I can't because I can only see 2 things at once. Unless I leave a bean on the ditto recipe, that would be weird, right? I mean, it's not entirely implausible. Let's bring this one further over. From here. Okay. Oh, I should have just done that afterwards. Leaving one on the ditto? You go up there. You go up there. You're going across. At this point, I can potentially... I mean, I don't have a way... Sure, I can do this and get nothing out of it. Oh, but if you did have like 2 cyan beans on you, I could use... Does that work? Hold on. So I leave 2 there. Got 1 bomb to blow you up. No, this does not work. I've got the stuff for 2 dittos, but not for the bomb. It's interesting though. It's like coming at the whole thing from a different angle. So what about instead of like leaving those 2 there, can I send... Hold on. You there, do this. Take these with me. You go that way. Oh. Oh yeah, I have to leave one on you. Okay. You also go that way. Oh. I then have 3 yellows over here. One could, in theory, smash on here. I blow you up, I would get a yellow back. Could I farm? What would that look like if I... like, you'd have to be in a different position, but maybe that's doable. If I made... like, the bombs are always going to be one beam. I make one, I push it across, it lands on here. And maybe I make 2 and I send it across, and then I blow you up. Like, ultimately though, this is not letting me get one of these, which is what I need, right? I need a ditto. Not an icicle. Yeah, like how is this helping me? But then actually, maybe then I can make it... oh, I don't know. Let's do it and see what happens. What am I doing? I guess putting you in a different position? Like... this? Why does it need to be in that position? So that I can push on the thing that gets frozen. Okay. Okay. We'll do this. I can't quite see where this is leading, but I'm doing it anyway. Just in case it leads somewhere. Okay. You go across. Now I can freeze stuff. I can freeze bombs and I can send them across. I need to freeze 2 if I'm sending 2. Oh. Because they're only worth 1 being right now. This gets me to a point where I can like spawn you, break you. And what? 2 bombs over here. I mean, I've had more than 2 bombs over here, it doesn't help. Hey, you're now worth 3. Cool. Doesn't matter, I need dittos. I need to be able to push things over onto the ditto. Oh dear, this is... what is this? And if that's happening, then the icicle is not on that row. Is it possible that the icicle's on this row? And there's some awkward placement of like a ditto, but no, I can't spawn a ditto down here. Except I can spawn it when I come out, assuming I leave a thing on the ditto, which I don't think I want to do. Yeah, I don't want to do that, because then I'm not going to have the blue bean. Oh, but I could move the ditto there. I could spawn the ditto from like up here. Just to go through that, prove it out. Spawn you. Then bring you down, push you in there. Then I have a way through, I guess. Is the thinking. I'm gonna have to use you. I'm gonna have to like smash you, or I could leave you there forever, I guess. Sure, let's leave you there forever. Oh, but I need more stuff, I guess. Yeah, I can't spawn more than 1. Unless I leave a bean inside, which I don't want to do. I can't see a reason back and forthing here would do anything. Except if you froze that... It's not like that lets me shoot another ditto somewhere. Oh, nope. Ah. Not like that lets me shoot another ditto. No, I still only shoot one thing from inside here. Well, two things total. Nothing's going to change there. And using a thing to block this feels bad. Everything feels bad. Problem is, this does not feel like one of those puzzles that's just like so open. There's like only so many things I can do here, and I feel like I just need to trust this mechanism as being a one-way corridor that I'm supposed to like leave stuff in or whatever. Like if I'm spawning a bomb over here, which I have to be, and I'm spawning a ditto over here, which I have to be, then either I need one bean there, two beans there, and then three beans in here. That means only one can be left behind, which I can't do. Wait, was that right? 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. That's 6, and I've only got 7. I swear I ended up with like better than that. Maybe not. Yeah, that means leaving one behind, which means like I'm immediately failing, right? Because I've got one here that's left behind, and one is going in there that's left behind, and one was in here. I swear it was better than that, though, wasn't it? Like what was my closest thing so far? It was like this, this, that. Leave that inside. Do this. Take everything through. I've got 4. There's never a point where dittos are the cheapest thing, because it's always going to clash with that bomb recipe. So how many am I behind right now? I'm 1 behind, right? I just need 1 more bean. One there, 1 there, 1 there. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, yeah, I have... Wait, what? How's the maths work out here? I start off with 7 beans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, because I'm counting that. Okay, start off with 8. Yes, okay. Whew. Getting very confused there. Start with 7 beans, and so it's 1, 2... Maybe I should just count that. I start off with 8 beans. One of them's yellow forever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need. And then I've got 3 out here is my problem. So one of them needs to be inside. Yeah, you needed to exist to send a thing across there, which I'm almost certain is happening. because I need a ditto over here, and I only have yellow beans over here. Almost certain that's happening in some way. Like potentially it's like a mix of yellows and blues or something. Like maybe I should leave one behind on there or something. But why would I do that? Because I've only got yellows here, I wouldn't be able to spawn it anymore. So if I think I'm doing a bomb and a ditto in this area, that's 6 beans accounted for. 2 remain. So therefore this can't happen. You have to exist. You have to exist. There's no way to get rid of you without wasting a bean in the process. So you have to not be there. How can you not be there? Because there's no position that I can spawn this from inside. So I have to come out. You also can't do it from this. Like, yeah, you can't be in this row because then you block this passage. You can't be in this row because then you block this passage. Unless that's just completely the wrong track. Doesn't feel like it should be, but it might be. There's nothing I can do like during the process of everything flying around, right? Like, no. Sure. I can push you, I can make another thing, I can push you, I can make another one, but, well, I could have done. But I just don't have enough stuff to make the ditto. To swap my problem around. And I'm never getting that right. What would that take? It would require ice to go in here. So therefore ice cubes on these 2 spaces. That means thing there or there. Yeah, that's never gonna work. Do I want the ditto to get hit by a bomb at some point? Well, yeah, at the end. But before the end, there's some other route to take here that works somehow. Can I get blue beans in this half? Nothing can take them. It'd have to go in an ice cube. But nothing that's made of... Nothing that can be made of blue beans will smash down into its beans. Except the icicle, which I can blow up on this side if I want to. I can get an icicle over there. I get 2. Can I get 2 icicles over there? So like 2 dittos? I guess not quite like that, diagonally. And like this, or like this maybe. Okay. You can exist. Well, I guess I'm just gonna do that again. Oh, it needs to be another one as well. Oh, in fact, there should be 4. This isn't happening. Yeah, I can't make 4 things. I can send that one across at best. Yeah, nice, cool. But it's worthless. If we're doing something with the icicle recipe instead, then I actually need to fill in this space. Send stuff across. But I'm not doing that instead. Maybe I'm doing that in addition. Like, from this position I can do both. If both the things were filled in, which is a lot to ask for. Cyan bean, anything I can do with that? Swapping a yellow bean for it. But I can't send any over. Wow. Unless, of course, I don't leave that on you. I instead leave it on the Ditto. Definitely going around in circles here. Oh, in that case, I can't spawn the thing. That's my brain breaking. Spawn you from inside. The Dittos from outside. Could send multiple on the same row. Doesn't feel great. Also, you need to be further to the left. I'll send another one just for the sake of it. 2 yellow beans. I get nothing out of those. So best I'm going to get 1 yellow bean. So this is like a net nothing. In fact, I can't spawn you now. Yeah, go back a bit. Yay, 1 bean. I can blow up you and... oh, no, I can't. Okay, great. The only thing I can think is that, like, I don't know, I can't think of anything. You be a thing? Oh no, I'm stuck. What is the trick? This is still one that I am struggling with, probably because it's a mental arithmetic one. I need... Do I need 3 yellow beans of it? Well, 5 yellow beans over there. 6? Whatever it is. 5 in my hand and the one that's on the bottom. If so, then the rest needs to be done with 2 beans, which isn't possible because there would have to be 1 here, there'd have to be 1 left in there to do the spawning. Like, of course I can do this, and then... no, I can't do anything. Will I be able to get... no. I'll say, like, will I be able to get through here after, like, pushing something to smash somewhere? Well, sure, but... have to spawn a ditto on the other side. Okay, back to basics. To destroy this rock, a bomb has to explode in one of the spaces surrounding it. Therefore, there. Cannot spawn a bomb there. Can push a bomb there, but can't spawn a bomb in any of these places. However, I can put a... in fact, yeah, it would have to spawn here, because otherwise that would explode. So if it's spawning here, then a ditto needs to be there. I need to make a ditto over here. How do I get a ditto to the other side? Can I just push one over? No. That would require... Can I just push one over? Like freeze one and make one. Make two. Put you on here. I'm gonna put you like there now. And then you there. Except that's not good. So I can't put you there now. You'd have to fill that in. I'd then have to somehow push this over. Which is not going to happen. Without the icicle being further to the right, or without the icicle being... okay. I can't push it over because the cloud will zap it, it'll turn to a cloud. Clouds aren't worth anything. Okay. What next? What other options do I have? I don't think I have any. Pretty sure I don't have any other options. I cannot get to that bean. I don't know why I would want to anyway. I can't spawn you unless I have beans over here that are the right beans. I'm potentially leaving more than one in here if I think I can get it back. I mean, yeah, maybe I'm setting a yellow that way just to make you not be the same as that or something weird like that. How would that work? I'm not sure it would, but okay, let's think about it. So let's say I put two down to be dittos. And they get spawned with one each. And I make you two? It feels like surely this can't be good. But you never know. Or I make them both one. But then I wouldn't be able to spawn an icicle. The only like vaguely interesting about making a two-bean icicle is that then when I blow it up on the other side I'll get two beans back out. But they're going to be blue beans. And out of yellows. I can't blow them up over here because they don't have bombs. They're only yellow beans. What am I thinking? I guess what I was thinking is like, oh, if I get, like, maybe the beans I get out of an icicle over here will somehow allow me to make a ditto. Like if you were one bean, I guess. But no, nope, 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 nope. Sometimes the dittos look like they're dancing to the music. Just an observation I'm making. If only I had like a more useful observation. That'd be pretty good. I'd prefer a useful observation over the observation that the dittos are dancing. Yeah, I don't see... This is definitely like an arithmetic situation where I just don't... I don't see there's like some way of getting extra beans somewhere or something. Is it definitely one of those, or is there a trick? Keep thinking about the idea of these two being the same recipe, and that's somehow being meaningful. How would it be meaningful? Okay, so to get blue beans over on that side, I have to send an icicle, well, a frozen ditto to become an icicle and then explode the icicle. That is at least one bean for the ditto, at least one bean for the icicle that's over here, and then another bean for the bomb to blow up the icicle. So I'd better be getting a lot back if I'm doing that. But then I'm out of stuff, right? One bean for the ditto, one bean for the icicle, one bean for the bomb, one bean for the thing to go in there. I'd have at most three left. Three left, but then no. What? But yeah, I would have at most 3 left. But I also need to make an icicle, and I can't make 3 things while I'm in there, so then I'd have to leave a bean inside there, so yeah, I'm out of stuff. I'm out of stuff. I'm always out of stuff. Am I making the ditto out of 2 yellow beans? It makes sense that I would be sending yellow beans that way. Like that's why this is all set up like this, right? So I can push beans that way. Am I making specifically dittos? I mean, it's dittos that I want to make. But like, would I gain anything out of making icicles? No. I would not. Over here, why would I want to? So I just want to make some dittos. Therefore I need that bean that's on there. And then I can make enough. And the reason I can't do that is because it has to be up here. I have to do... What is it? How many dittos do I make? 1? I think it is just 1, isn't it? And I put you on there and do this. Send that across. Ow. And I've got 4 things. Back in this situation, I would like to make a ditto. I can't make a ditto while it's 0 beans. I can't make a ditto while it's what I'm being like, maybe I leave, maybe that's why I want to leave a thing on the dittos, so I can make a one yellow plus one blue recipe. It's not impossible, but then I can't spawn that, so that is impossible. Yeah, no, I have to be doing this. I've made another one. I could have made another one. I could push it over, it'd be an icicle on the other side, and I'd get a cyan bean out of it. But I'd have to trade a yellow for the cyan. I don't see what use having cyan over here is going to be. How do I get past this problem? Like, this is so close to the solution. I'd have to make that recipe down there not be one yellow bean, but I can't do that. There's no way I'm like leaving 2 on you and 1 on you. No way. I'm just out of stuff. I'm out of stuff. Immediately. Any theories? Scraping the bottom of the barrel that is my brain. I wasn't expecting this one to be so difficult. I just have no options left. I can spawn 2 dittos while I'm inside if I would like. Sounds better than spawning 2 icicles, but I have no reason to want to send something back that way now, because it's not something that's going to turn into beans. This will simply trade 1 yellow for 1 blue, which isn't useful. Is there a reason this is spawnable? Don't think so. Like, unless I send a bomb to blow an icicle up on here to like change the recipes, would that help somehow? I don't think so. Okay. What can I do different? Like, I'm at that point. I'm at the point where I'm just like, okay, I think I've tried everything. Everything that feels like it makes any sense. So I need to do something that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so what that will be is I will take all of these, take them this way through, which I can't do. I'll leave them on that. I'll go in here, and this will be my life now. I'll just keep shooting things from here. Is that the correct thing to do? It must be, right? can't make a ditto if they're both one yellow bean recipes. I could do it if that were a yellow and a blue, and I had a yellow and a blue over here that I could make one, but then that's still like the same number of beans. So why wouldn't I just send 2 yellows over? Yeah, still the same number of beans. It's like I need that bean with me, but I can't because if only I could spawn a thing here, that would also solve it. Like if I could spawn the icicle right now, that would require putting a thing on the icicle, which I don't have. Right, I do have, but I can only do it when I go in. Then I can't hit that thing. Let's just lock some. In fact, there we go. Perfect solution. Just take all these, put them in here, feed the bunny. Come on, buddy. 7 beans for you to eat. Guess you're probably made of beans as well. Okay. What makes any progress here? I need a bomb over here. That's 2 beans accounted for. 1, 2. That has to happen. And it has to happen after I've done the yellow. So I need to walk through here with at least 1 bean. Obviously I'm going to need more. So that's 2 beans accounted for. I don't have any way of making more beans. Right? Except to make your recipe like super expensive and then blow you up with a bomb. But that doesn't work. Make your recipe super expensive and then blow you up with a bomb. Can that work? Can I send a thing that way? And to the right? No, wait, it doesn't make sense. What am I thinking? Am I thinking anything at all? Oh, so I'm thinking make you super expensive and blow you up on the left. How do I make you super expensive? By sending beans to you after I've like made 1 for cheap, I guess. Make 1 for cheap. Send stuff to you. Also send 1 over there and blow it up. Well, that's actually a ditto over there, so what am I thinking? So go in here, make an icicle, spawn you, ditto, ditto, ditto. So 1 needs to go that way. Like maybe I just do this. This is exactly the same as what I've been doing though. I guess I'm just doing it on the other row. So you're going that way to be an icicle. The rest are coming with me. To be bombs that I send to you. I can't make you super expensive though. I can make you... how many did I do that? Just 2. So I could have spawned those. No, I couldn't have done because I needed to spawn the icicle. I could have spawned 1 of them only. But I'm sending 2, so... Okay, and they go through. Got 3 yellow beans. Sure, I can change your recipe to involve yellow beans. I can make it involve 2 yellow beans. This is not going to make me get a ditto though. Like this is basically, I'm ending up here because I'm focusing on like, oh, just how do I get more beans on the left? But that's not my main problem. My main problem is that those beans need to be able to make me a ditto. Okay. Even though I know this doesn't work. I've just sent 2 bombs over there to get 2 back. I've got an icicle, I guess. Can use the icicle in some way. And it frees the rock. And then I tap the rock and it smashes into a million pieces. I guess, like, can I get blue beans over here? Make a, like, okay, one of the things I'm thinking is, like, can these both be blue bean recipes? I smash you to get a blue bean. I send a yellow that way to make you a blue and a yellow, but I use the blue to make a ditto. Therefore, I'm using only 1 bean here. So that would require both of you to be blue bean each. Which means I can't do nearly as much as I wanted to. I'd have to leave that there. Sure, I can make 1 ditto from the inside, but that's all I can make. That is everything. Because once these are both the same recipe, I can't make any more. If you were 2 beans. Nope. You're across there, but I'm not going to have any yellows. Well, I've got 1 yellow. No, I don't. I can make 2 dittos. I'm just back in this situation. Where do I get my extra yellow from? Like if I had 1 yellow and 1 blue now, it'd be good. But I am trading my only yellow for 2 blues. So yeah, can I guess, yeah, the idea of making you into a yellow-blue would be good. But that requires spawning 2 dittos out here, which I can't do if you also need spawning. I can spawn at most 2 creatures. I need 3. I keep thinking about the fact I can make icicles out of dittos, so in theory I don't need to make the first icicle as an icicle, but either way, I would still need to make an icicle. Yeah, I was still making an icicle to get an icicle from a ditto, so... The idea is nice. Get yellow onto you somehow. And the blue, maybe. But I don't know how I'd get blue to you. I mean, obviously there's a blue on you already, but... What on earth am I missing? That makes sense as an ending as well. I get two, like with just 2 beans I could do the ending. 1 blue bean, 1 yellow bean. It makes sense. It's just, is it achievable? Requires pushing 2 dittos in here. Right? What else could be here? Nothing. Nope. So ditto, ditto. Which means having an icicle and 2 dittos, which is my problem, while still having a 1 bean recipe on there. Why? The 1 bean recipe on there? So that later on when I blow up the thing, I get a blue bean out of it. I can make the other blue. I can make the other ditto down here. Make the other ditto down at the bottom. This is a trick I was trying to use last time. Does it work with what I'm trying to do now? You. Leave 2 behind. Is this what I wanted? I'm spawning 3 things. You go across that way. You go across that way also. Do I have enough stuff? This could work. This could work. Bomb to go that way. Bomb to go that way. You go that way. Have I got it? I've got it. I've got it. I've got it. I got it. Yes? This. That's. Oh my gosh, I did it finally. What was I missing? I was missing this. Oh, like I'm so glad I thought about that idea for longer. The idea of making this, like the only reason I'm adding a yellow to that is to distinguish it from this one. Whew, I'm glad I like had that as a thread to tug on and I kept tugging on it. The sneaky bit was the fact that I could spawn a thing here, which I definitely thought a lot about last time, but this time I put that away as like, oh well, this is clearly meant to just be a one-way corridor. There's nothing sneaky about this, right? But there is. It's the fact I can spawn an extra ditto down here. Ooh. Island Masters. Whoa. Wait, what? But I've already been to that thing. I guess it always shows that thing, doesn't it? Even if, yeah. even if I've already been to it. Okay, this means I go jump on the thing with the bunny, I guess. Am I done? Has this thing that's been part of my life for like, when did I start? Was it October last year? Something like that. Is it this way? No, that's the tutorial. Is this thing finally over? Holy moly, what a absolute, I don't know. I bet this is like a little one-screen ending. Bunny, sail. Oh, wow, they animated the getting into the boat. It's just credits. Again. Do the islands mean anything? I guess it's just the things I'm going past. It's not like islands from the game. The super long list of free sound things. Am I actually done? I don't know if I believe it. I don't think I believe it. I bet I'm not. I bet it continues. But it's like, oh, we've got another island for you. Do I meet the people? Oh. Right there, like paradise, which they've somehow become fond of, despite the fact they've lost all their family and relationships and everything. Doesn't make any sense. It looks like a nice place, I guess. We found them. We're gonna have another picnic. Of course, they're here doing various kinds of maths. I see. Oh, okay. I could have looked at that for longer. We are having another picnic with a roller. We have a roller here with us. Who's who? I can't remember everybody's names. Who do we have? Yeah, I honestly can't remember. 131 hours, 2 minutes. That's the longest I've played a game for in a long time. If ever? No, I've definitely played games for longer than that, surely, in my life. Yeah. Is that the end? Is that the end? I guess I need to check Steam. So I'll be back in a second. I can confirm I am done. I have 20 out of 20 achievements, one of them being finish every puzzle in the game. Oh my god. I can play something else. Wow. I mean, I've given so many thoughts about this game the whole time, like all the time. Like, what can I say? What can I say? Let's go back to basics. Let's just talk about like the mechanics and the structure and everything. Okay, mechanically, which is usually what I'm thinking about when I'm playing a puzzle game. Mechanically, I think it's a pretty fantastic idea to have these beans that you're like turning into monsters, and the way in which the different monsters interact with each other so that you can manipulate where the beans are to create other monsters. Like, it is a great system. What a really good system. And it's interesting to see how having all these different mechanics together interact with each other, even though it's not the kind of game that I would like the kind of idea that I would be drawn towards generally. I'd be more drawn towards something that's like kind of one key idea with lots of consequences, or maybe a few key ideas. But this is like a lot. Where I don't like the mechanical workings of this game are the fact that like everything behaves differently and there's weird forms of collision and things like that. Like some things collide differently to other things. Different things behave differently when they hit water. Like, as much as it's interesting to be like, oh, every monster has completely different behavior, it just adds to the stuff I've got to keep in my head. So I guess ultimately the things that I don't like about the mechanics of this are about its predictability. Like, I really look for predictability in a game because that means that I am more confident in like being able to narrow down my options. I've talked about this a lot, I'm not going to say it again. But yeah, just like deducing my way forwards, being able to predict how things are going to behave is like key. So one way that becomes difficult is by having all these things that have all these different behaviors, and like there are some weird quirks in there, to the degree that I found that one like superposition quirk that is just a consequence of the mechanics, but it's definitely not intended to behave that way. So that's one way it becomes unpredictable. Another way it becomes unpredictable is because some of the elements are time-based, or like not like they move while I move. Combining that with the weird way things can collide and all that kind of stuff, super hard to predict. Another way in which things become unpredictable is by the way that I remember having a conversation in my comments about the word arbitrary. Whether I'm going to say arbitrary, the way arbitrary choices are handled. And I realize they might not be entirely arbitrary in terms of like maybe there's a good reason to pick one thing over the other. For some of them, there definitely isn't a good reason. For example, when multiple vines grab a thing in a certain spot, that came up fairly recently. That is 100% an arbitrary decision. You can't argue to me that, oh no, it makes sense for it to go left before it goes south. Like, if you made that argument, you'd be saying that, like there's a design reason in the, like, when designing levels makes sense for the things to go left than to go south, but then you could just rotate every level. There's no good reason for it to prefer one over the other. It's just that's the way it is. And that means I like the fact that personally I don't think any puzzle should ever have had that come up in it. Or either that, like if there's a mechanical thing where there's like an arbitrary decision that has to be made, it should never come up, or the arbitrary decision should go away. One way to do that is to do something different in this situation. It's like if multiple things grab a thing in a spot, just don't move or something like that. That's not an arbitrary decision anymore. It's not one of four equally likely things. It's just one thing. There's not like other things that could equally have happened. Once you know that that's what happens once they grab each other, it's like, and the thing stays still. There's no question ever of like, in which way will it stay still? Because there aren't many other ways. There's only one way to stay still. But I also put things like the length of the vine's arm into the same category, even though you can definitely argue that a length of 8 it's perfect for like building puzzles such that there's enough dynamicism in the way that the vine can interact with other things around it, but without like making the vines too powerful and grabbing stuff everywhere. You can make that argument. I reckon you could make that argument for 9. and 10 and 7. Like, there's probably a length which it gets too short where it can't be done. And obviously, if you keep increasing the length of the vine's arm, you're just going to end up with really, really large levels to do the same thing. But then maybe that's... Like, I personally would have... If I'd come up with that mechanic, I would have just made it infinite. The vine can stretch as far as it stretches. And sure, then you're like, oh, but then you can't walk around it from a distance. But that's okay. You just make puzzles around that, like where you have to distract the arm, or there's walls that have to be in the way, or whatever. And that would be, for me, more fun to play with. Like some of the puzzles that we did towards the end here, that I should really say, I'm really glad I ended on twins, because I did really enjoy that. Except for the fact that I was quite stuck for all of it. That, like, getting stuck, eventually starts to feel not great, but I don't think I can blame the puzzle there. I just wasn't seeing something. Yeah, I don't blame the puzzle there. I think that puzzle was well done. I thought it was pretty clever. I still have the thing of like, well, I find it hard to do the kind of mental arithmetic of where things, how many beans are going to end up where, just in my head for a lot of things, and that would play a small part in Twins, but not a major part. I guess I got to the point where I started thinking maybe that was a major part of why I was failing to solve it, and that scared me. I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to pull this stuff in my head. But it turned out no, I was just missing a little trick that I needed. Anyway, what was I saying? So the other puzzles before Twins, right, yeah, so all three of them had a thing in it where it was important that I was placing a object one space closer to a vine compared to another object. Like 7 versus 8. Or I think in that last one, the thing that came up was that, oh, if I moved the icicle one further up, I could grab it from... It's... Like, that's the kind of awkward thing that having the limit of 8 adds to the thing. That's not the... I guess it's not... That's not purely that. Because the 7 versus 8 would still be true even if it could reach infinitely. But... I mean, ultimately, there's always going to be some arbitrary decision in the vines. Like, maybe I wouldn't have vines, honestly. Because, like, if you put 2 objects and spawn a vine, they're both the same distance away, there's also an arbitrary decision there. Unless, like one way to resolve that would be the vine doesn't pick anything up. I would be happy with that. Or... And that itself would also be interesting, right? Like, then you could use the fact that, oh, if I place 2 things at the same distance, I can stop the vine from grabbing. And they're effectively blocking it. That is kind of cool. That would be an interesting thing with puzzles, so why not? The other thing to do is, like, what if vines had multiple arms? What if they don't pick and choose what thing they grab, they just grab everything around them? That'd be interesting to see where does that go. Obviously, I know this game was made over many, many years, and possibly some of these things were experimented with, and maybe they didn't come up with good puzzles with them, so they decided on the way it works right now. However, if that's the case, then I would just avoid the arbitrary things entirely when designing the puzzles. Oh my gosh, there's loads to say about this game. I think it's worth saying that I super appreciate that there is a game that is this. Like, it's not like... I mean, it's mad. It's incredibly complex mechanically, and has incredibly many puzzles that are incredibly difficult. My understanding is that the people who made it may not make a game together again. Maybe they'll make games individually, I'm not sure. But it certainly feels like a bit of a magnum opus of a game. Which is kind of weird to do for your first game. But I can appreciate that they've done that they've just been like, let's just go all in and make the hardest puzzles imaginable with the hardest set of mechanics imaginable. And so it's unique, and it's taking up a space that I guess otherwise isn't taken up, except by like maybe Drod, but then Drod's like different in many other ways. It's also incredibly ugly. Yeah. Whereas like, I mean, I really like that they've put a bunch of effort into making this like a pleasant game. It feels like music and the art and the monsters, like the kind of whimsical nature of the beans and the monsters and everything. It's all really nice, and works well for a puzzle game. Makes it easy to focus, not get too wound up, although eventually that happens. Puzzle design. It's super obvious that the puzzles were designed by very different people with very different sensibilities about what puzzles would be like. That's not to say that I think like I have no idea who designed each puzzles. I don't think there's necessarily one designer that did all the puzzles that I don't like or anything like that. I imagine that everybody did. Like, there are enough puzzles in there that I really enjoyed that I imagine all the designers contributed to those. But there's a negative aspect to that. Like, through talking with the developers afterwards, I know that not all the developers finished every puzzle before release, right? So they didn't even like necessarily review every puzzle to like give them a consistent style. And the reason having an inconsistent style is a problem, at least it was for me, is that I don't know what to expect. Like, it's hard to, like, when you play a game, you get some understanding for the language that it's communicating to you in, like through the level design, through the mechanics, through the geometry of the level, like how it's communicating to you what you need to do. I don't think there's consistent communication when all the puzzles are made by different people and just have very different styles to them. At least I didn't feel like it was consistent communication. And so that meant I could not go into a puzzle knowing, like, is this the kind of game that has red herrings or not? It just could be and it couldn't be, depending on the puzzle. Or is this the kind of game that would make use of arbitrary decisions between which direction a thing would be pulled or not? Some of the puzzles will, some of them won't. It basically, I had to expect everything, which is, it just adds to the mountain of unpredictability, right? I think that's maybe my main criticism of the game. It's just unpredictable in so many ways. If it were unpredictable in one of these ways, it would be a different story, but it's like 4 different ways stacked on top of each other. What was I going to say? And so I do have a problem with puzzles that like have unnecessary space or don't. Ultimately, the problems that I had most were to do with not being able to find a thread to tug on, and I think the level design is the thing that's supposed to be giving you that thread, and for me it just didn't work. And as I said, watching the other playthrough that I'm watching, I don't quite get it, because I don't see them making deductions that I'm not making. They're making like similar kind of like hypotheses and ending up on the right one. And then I'm watching them back, going like, why are you not getting stuck in all the ways that I was getting stuck? How are you understanding that this is the way forward and not the other things? I don't get it. I don't get how that works. Something about the way my brain works is different to the way their brain works, I guess. But like, I just feel like, but the level's not giving me a deduction to make here. I just have to like do some immense visualization of the possible state space and find something in it. Or if not a visualization, experiment. And experimenting is quite slow because there's a lot of walking around and a lot of undoing and a lot of big levels, which means the walking around takes longer. So, okay, there's another thing, is that this game, like many of the games that I play, has, like, I have this same thing to say about so many games that I play. It needs to be that I can tap the directions and I just move instantly, instead of slow animations as I walk around. Like, that would have made, like, I wonder how much of my time playing this game would be cut out if I were able to just quickly tap around. Like, it probably would make the solving process easier as well. I'd be able to experiment faster and feel like less exhausted by experimenting and less put off experimenting. I would just do it because it would be way easier. I just tap arrows as fast as I can, which is much faster than the walking happens. And then not only that, but like the actual solutions that I'm inputting will be faster. I reckon like quite a lot of time would be cut off if I could just move around as fast as I liked. Like many hours, I'm pretty sure. There were some nice quality of life things like the bookmarks, which I didn't like use for a lot of the game, but when it got to the really big levels, that did come in useful. How did I get to this? I don't know. Back to the level design. Yeah, just things like unused space, like the when things weren't clear between, like when there was slime on top of paved stuff and they were all like arranged in weird ways and not being able to see why that is. Like some of that, I get the impression that for a lot of the larger levels that have that problem, what happened was they were designed in the like backwards way, where you start with like what you want to happen at the end of the level, and you put the structure in, or you kind of, well, not necessarily what happens at the end of the level, but like you'd start with like what do you want the steps of the process to be, and you put those steps in. Like, there's going to be a vine up here, and it's going to have to get exploded, but only once it's eaten the beans from this other vine over here that's been created from a ditto. I'm thinking of bean cross right now. And then the bucket's going to carry that across, and so on. You've got all these steps. And then the backwards way, I mean, this is the backwards approach to like designing a puzzle, is you have that, and then you go, oh no, it's breakable by doing this, so I'm going to put a wall here, I'm going to put a wall here. Oh, if I like, if I don't block off this bit with slime, then there's like some thing, so I have to put the slime in there to cut off my ability to do that break. And then, oh, if I can spawn a thing here, then that also breaks it, so I put some tile spacing in there. And you end up with a thing that just looks like a mess because it's just full of stuff that's only there to prevent things, instead of things that are there to guide the actual steps, right? As opposed to the other approach you're going to take when designing puzzles, which is to start with something that's blank. You can have some idea of the things that you want to hit, like usually you want some trick. And that's the other thing, is that not every level had a trick in it, which my preferences would be that every level should have one, as opposed to just being some complex thing to unravel. But I guess people do like that, so whatever. What was I saying? The trick? Yeah, so you have some trick in mind that you want to hit, or one or two tricks that you want to hit, and you start from the front and go, okay, well, so what's going to lead the player to think that they have to do that? And it's not just think that they have to do that, know that they have to do that. Like, I want to be able to look at a thing and go, without any doubt, I'm going to be doing this step. And then go, okay, so if I'm doing that, I need to do this other thing without any doubt. And then without any doubt, do this other thing. So this is another unpredictability argument, I guess, because like the unpredictability that I've talked about before contributes to that, right? Like, it's hard to have certainty about like what's going to work and what's not going to work, or what has to be done if things are unpredictable. But also, if the level's designed in this way where there's just loads of noise that's presumably from like preventing weird solutions, I don't know. Some of it's not. Some of it's just for symmetry, and yeah, I've complained about that as well. I can go. But when the levels are designed like that, and there isn't like a... I mean, it just gives me way too much to see, to look at, to try and figure out what the steps are that I need to do, and I never feel like I can narrow it down to an individual step. There's just so many things that could be communicating something, and some of them aren't. Many of them aren't. And this is only... I'm saying this about a few levels. I mean, not a few, like a decent chunk of levels. Enough that I need to talk about it. But like, I think it only really affected like 4 and 5 beans. Like 4 and 5 bean puzzles, and not all of them for sure. There are a bunch that I really, really enjoyed and didn't have this. I didn't have this problem with them. Yeah. Anyway, I was kind of surprised that in the Sanctuary, a bunch of the puzzles seemed to... They didn't use the same trick as such. No, there were a bunch of really interesting tricks there, but like by having stuff that's very similar to each other, it made it kind of easier. But I actually kind of liked that. Like maybe more of the game should have been like that, where it's like, well, there's a theme around these levels of like the vines doing tug of wars, or the vines blocking stuff with their arm. That's kind of nice. And that means you can go in with a little bit of expectations around what you might be doing, but maybe you don't know the full trick or something like that. That was pretty cool. In fact, the Sanctuary was probably my second favorite island after the ice one, is what I'm thinking. I think ice was my favorite, even though it had small bean in a big pond or something. What was it called there? I don't know what it's called. Little bean in a big pond. Even though it had that. I think I really liked the tricks that you could do with the ice mechanic, especially in the 1 to 3 bean puzzles that were coming up. Yeah, I think so. All the mechanics were interesting in the sense that they added to the kind of operations you could perform on beans. So I could see how they all have a good purpose in terms of that. Anyway, I shouldn't ramble forever. What else is there to say? I think it could have done with a pass of cutting stuff out, and some of the puzzles were kind of like multiple puzzles in one, and could have just been separate puzzles, and I think I would have enjoyed that, maybe. But yeah, any of the puzzles that were a small level with an interesting insight about the mechanics, those are all really good. But then there were ones that weren't like that I really enjoyed. I remember really enjoying Blob Stable, and I don't know if there was a particular trick there. I think I enjoyed that one purely because the thread was very clear. I could just keep tugging on it until it was done. And that was neat. I don't know if I have a favourite puzzle in the game. It's hard to remember them all. There were so many. It's been such a long time. I have been playing this for so long. Yeah. Okay. It's over. It's done. It's done. So yeah, okay. So the thought is that I obviously did really enjoy the game, and I wouldn't have continued playing it until the end if I hadn't have done. And I do think it's kind of fascinating and kind of unique. Part of me just wishes this is their second game. And I could give this feedback on the first game. Because to have put so much effort into such a big thing, and for it to kind of feel like that might be their only thing that they make. I think there's just some ways it could have been rounded out. Yeah. There are custom levels. I wonder if anybody's made any interesting stuff. I'm not playing them. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done. It is a lot. It's a lot. But I did enjoy the vast majority of it. Something like 95%, I would guess. Something like that. And even the ones where I didn't get on well with the puzzle, I was still kind of curious to see how it is solved. There was still that involved. I was never at any point like, I hate this game. I want to make that clear. When I say I don't enjoy, I don't mean hate. Or even necessarily dislike. No, there were things I disliked. I didn't dislike the game, if that makes sense. I don't think there were things I hated. Maybe there were. Yeah, like I said, this is a game of mixed feelings for me. But overall, positive feelings, because otherwise I would not have played the whole thing. And I'm glad that I did. And I'm glad that I got to see all of the puzzles that I enjoyed most. The ones that I did enjoy, I could have done without them. But I'm happy to have done them and seen what they're like. It would have felt wrong to not do them and never know if they are something I would enjoy or not. Yeah. What else to say? I don't know. That's kind of everything, right? What else is there about a game? Maybe they should make a Being a Nothingness primer. I feel like that could actually be a really good game for kids. There's something mathematical in it, which makes sense. There is something else to talk about. The story. I thought it was, again, it's a similar feedback. It's I'm impressed that you went to so much effort for all the descriptions of everything and all the writing and all that stuff. This is a magnum opus game for sure. I didn't really follow the story all the way through. I kind of get it. I get roughly what's going on. There's people trapped in the temple, but then there were things I didn't really realize I was trapped in the temple. Maybe that could have been made clearer. There was the weird thing about maybe I'm expecting too much from writing in a game, but the way they seem to write about being trapped on the island or trapped in the temple, and earlier on it felt clear, but when they were totally stuck and making a new life for themselves, something felt wrong for me. It was trying to be too whimsical about the idea. You can't trap people away from that. If you're going to do that, you need to make it clear that they don't have family or anything. It's in some weird universe where there's no connections outside or whatever. Because the story was set up in a kind of a scary and dark way. They're stuck inside this temple, no way out, and their family are out there, and they're even writing letters to their family, and we get to read some of them. Did we get to read stuff sent from the family to them? I'm not sure. But then to ignore that when later on, yeah, it's it became too whimsical about the idea of them just being stuck on an island, getting to do maths together and design puzzles. Yeah, that was weird. And yeah, it's hard to follow when there's so much to read and there's huge puzzles between them. I started reading this story in October last year or whenever it was. I'm not going to remember who's who. Anyway, that's the story. Yeah. What's... There's like an always really tricky thing about like talking, like trying to give feedback about a game. Is it sound like I just constantly feel like I'm being negative, like really negative about something, but like I'm not. I'm mostly positive about this game. I just want to talk about the things that like it's just so much easier to talk about why something doesn't work for you. In fact, no. I guess that's the thing, is that I'm positive about the things where they did work for me. So talking about the things that didn't work for me is explaining why I like the things that did work for me. It's just the opposite, right? So what I'm saying is there's loads of stuff in the game that didn't do the things that I'm complaining about, and I'm positive about all of that stuff, and therefore my overall experience is positive. And again, I would not have played the whole thing otherwise. So that is a sign of that. I just fear that people hear me complaining and think I don't like it. That's not the case. I've been talking a long time about this now. I think I should move on. This will be the last time I hear this music, maybe. Well, no, I won't, because I'm going to finish watching the other playthrough that I'm watching. Okay. So I know I like... my schedule for recording this was all over the place, and I'm now like, I think like a month in advance of when this finishes. So I've got a long break before I start the next game. So I don't have plans. It will presumably be something shorter. I guess we'll see. See you then. Thanks for watching. If anybody's watched every single video, even if not all the way through, I know people are not watching all the way through, because that would be mad, and I don't know who would do that. I do it for my benefit, to record the whole thing and not cut anything out. I just like to capture the whole process, right? That's kind of why I do this. I'm not like, there's a bunch of other people who play puzzle games on YouTube, and they have a different reason for doing it, and they have a different way of editing and all that kind of stuff. I have my way, and I do it like this. But yeah, so thanks to anybody who's stuck through the whole thing, because it's quite a hefty game, and quite a hefty playthrough. Okay, I hope you'll join me for the next game, whatever that is. See you then. Goodbye.